Okay, example 5. Find all the roots of x cubed plus 8 equals 0. Write the answer in trigonometric form. So, if you take a look at this problem, x cubed plus 8 equals 0, that means x cubed equals negative 8. In order to be able to use DeMoivre's theorem in order to solve an equation of this variety, there can only be an x to a power and a complex constant. Okay, by complex meaning it can be a real and an imaginary number. All right, this is just a real number, which is fine. All right, that's fine. We can work with that. But if it was negative 8 plus 4i or something like that, we could still work with it, as long as it's just x cubed and just numbers. If it was x cubed plus 3x squared plus 8 equals 0, now we can't use DeMoivre's theorem to do it. So, with that being said, the problem you're going to get in this section will be all workable with DeMoivre's theorem. All right. So if x cubed equals 8, that means x is going to equal the cube root of 8. But instead of writing 8 in here, what I want to do is I want to write the trigonometric form of negative 8. And this goes back to something we discussed last week, where if you imagine the complex plane, the real axis goes left and right, and the imaginary axis goes up and down. If I'm looking at the number negative 8, it looks like that. It goes straight left. And it goes exactly 8 units to the left. So the length of it's 8. And the angle, if this is 0 degrees and we go counterclockwise, this right here is 180 degrees. So if I want to convert this standard form number into a trigonometric form, the magnitude is 8 and the angle is 180 degrees. We do want to convert everything into trigonometric form every single time when using DeMoivre's theorem. Usually in these problems they're going to start off in standard form, so you're going to have to do the conversion on each problem. All right? I do want to just emphasize this to make sure there's no confusion, because I've had some people doing this wrong. This does say negative 8. This says positive 8. That's on purpose. Magnitude is always a positive number. The angle creates the negativity of it. The cosine of 180 is negative 1 times 8 makes the negative 8. The sine of 180 is 0 times 8 makes the 0i that's attached to it. So the angle itself creates the negative sign. The number has to be positive. All right, once we've established that, now we need to actually work this out. So it says find all the roots, and what we want to remember from DeMoivre's theorem for finding roots is that this is how many roots there are. Whatever the root is, that's how many answers there are. The first answer is going to be the cube root of 8, which is 2. And the angle divided by the root, 180 divided by 3 is 60 degrees. That's where we find our first answer. And then we need to find our magic number. Every single problem that you're trying to find all the answers, you find your magic number, the number you're going to multiply, or you're going to add to your angle, by taking 360 degrees divided by whatever the root is. So again, the root's 3, that's where the 3 comes from, and the 360 comes from the fact this is always 360. So 360 divided by 3 is 120 degrees. That's how much I need to increase my angle each time to get each successive answer. So every answer starts off with 2 CIS, 2 CIS. It's a cube root, so I want to get 3 answers. I've created a structure for 3 answers. 60 plus 120 is 180. 180 plus 120 is 300. 300 plus 120 is 420, right? 420 minus 360 is equal to 60. We've already gotten that answer. So we stop after we get the third one. We've already found all of them. Anything else we get is just going to be a coterminal angle, which is unnecessary. The answers were supposed to be written in trigonometric form, which they are, so there are your answers, and that's it.